Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Ultima VII. Okay, let's go recruit a couple more people for the party because we need more carrying capacity. I need to remember exactly where they are. It is not there. I believe it is here is where I want to go. See, this is one of the things that I love about this game. So you've got someone who's actually practicing sword fighting. I mean, it doesn't make any difference. It's just an activity that they're doing. Now they're going to run over here and shoot a couple arrows into the target. It's pretty nice. And he happens to be a really bad shot, and he just leaves the arrows there. You see a dashing, slender man, stylishly dressed, with a lot of flair. Dame. Thou dost not remember me? I am Sentry. We have gone adventuring together in the past. Did we? Did I put you in my party? Actually, I think I did have you in my party in Ultima VI. I don't think I got you in Ultima V. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look. Whatever. Job! When I am not adventuring with old friends, I am a trainer in Britain. I specialize in combat involving swordsmanship. I'm quite good at that, as thou dost remember. But I would drop everything to join thy group if thou art not too encumbered. I am most definitely not too encumbered. In fact, well, actually I am too encumbered, which is why I need you. I am becoming weary of the place. It is having growth pains of which the bourgeoisie are not aware. All is not as serene as the noblemen present it. Tell me about your swordsmanship. Sentry draws his sword so quickly it is like a flash of lightning. He does a few fancy moves, slashing the air with the blade. You know that that's not actually sword fighting. That's just like acrobatics. No foe shall stand after I am finished with him. We could train, and actually once he joins, he'll train us for free. I don't think he's all that useful at training, though. Friends! I do not see our old friends Iolo, Shamino, or Dupre much. Well, we got Iolo with us. How art thou, friend? Thou dost look like thou couldst use a little training thyself. What is this? Everyone doth make fun of my physique. Well, what do you expect, fogey? I am not making fun, Iolo. I am serious, Sentry laughs. What do you mean by not serene? Well, for example, try going to one of the smaller towns, say Pause. It is a poor man's place. It reeks, too. And 'tis only just beyond the Britain town limits. More money should be put into improving the land as a whole, not just in building new buildings in the capital city. I do not know what Lord British is thinking. Well, tell us about Lord British. I never see him much. He stays in that castle of his all the time. He never gets out. No wonder he hasn't a clue what is going on in this country. Oh, that's pretty bad. Well, what about Shamino? 'Twould be good to share a joke or two with him. And what about Dupre? I want to see that no-good troublemaker. He is a knight now, I hear. Sir Dupre, indeed. Well, go ahead and join us. Sentry bows. I am very pleased to join thy group. Thank you. Until later. And he actually has a two-handed sword in his inventory. And he's got a regular sword, a bow. He does not actually have arrows. He's got ribs. Ribs. 80 gold coins, and a spiked shield. Now, we don't really need any of those things. We can actually equip these shields, but since they're positioned for the wall, I'm not going to do that. Aha! A key! Let's go ahead and unlock Sentry's, I think it was this one. Yep. Unlock Sentry's storage room and loot it. Ha 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 ha! No good shields. I guess we'll give Sentry this armor. And the plate leggings. And the gauntlets. And the great helm. There we go. It's so nice to get free stuff. No, I don't want to go there. What, no comment that the food smells good? Hey, who is this? Shamino! Your old friend Shamino stands before you, and you marvel that he has finally progressed into what some might call middle age. Name? Your friend looks at you like you have lost your head. 'Tis Shamino! Shamino! Job! I would hope 'twould be adventuring with thee. I am weary of loitering about Britannia. There is much we could be accomplishing. Where hast thou been, anyway? Well, I had a job to do back home. But please tell me what brings thee here. A moon gate? It's kind of what usually brings me here. Well, I suppose a murder intrinsic also does. Shamino listens as you tell him the story. I would be honored to join and help thee in investigating this matter. Good. Let's ask about accomplishing. Well, I do not know if thou art aware, but we are having many problems with magic in general, and with the moon gates. Tell me more about the moon gates. I'm confounded by their inability to function properly. And what about magic? Magic all over Britannia seems to be disturbed. Say, dost thou remember Nicodemus in the Great Forest? He has gone mad and is terribly silly. Perhaps we should visit him. Nah, let's not. 'Tis a silly place. What about Britain? Yes, I've been in Britain as of late, attempting to find work. Thou dost know that adventuring comes around too infrequently. One must find other diversions, which reminds me, I have thy pocket watch. Oh, really? Well, I'll take that pocket watch. Thou didst leave it when thou didst last visit Britannia. Here it is. I don't remember having this in, Ultima VI. I think I had it in, we had it in, Martian Dreams, I think. Is that how you got it? And what is this about diversions? The usual. I do not see our old friends often, and Lord British rarely finds work for me. I certainly have no time for wenching or drinking. I have grown up a bit. Ahem. I've heard something about an actress, no? What dost thou know of it? Elmindred, ask him about Amber. Thou art a swine, Iolo. Let's ask about Lord British first. I'm glad I do not look as aged as he does. You're practically the same people. Friends. Thou dost mean Iolo and Dupre, I presume? Sure. What about Sentry? You're just going to ignore Sentry? I believe he is in Jellum. And what about Iolo? Dost thou mean that miserable excuse for an archer? Watch what thou dost say, scoundrel! Yes, that's Iolo. And tell me about this Amber. You see a light shine in Shamino's eyes as you mention her name. He is obviously smitten. Oh, she is an actress, I know. Uh-huh. Well, come on. Come along, Shamino. Shamino looks relieved. I am so glad thou didst ask me that. He gathers his gear and prepares to follow you. Goodbye. Shamino bows slightly. Whee! You, don't have much art. You are completely naked. That's pretty crazy, Shamino. Got some coins there. Let's go ahead and drop this cup off. Alright, now we need to do some inventory management. I've got a bag of stuff, so... You know what? I'm stupid. I need that. Alright, there we go. Yep, that is that. Let's go ahead and move that out there. Oops. Let's see. Iolo. Should probably not put the, food just loose out here. Go ahead and get this food, the money loose. I don't know, I'll have to figure out who is going to carry the money. Probably not Iolo in the end, since he's carrying our food. Our sack of food. That's good enough for now. Let's go ahead and get around that. What do we have in here? Some more food. Iolo, what are you doing stealing this inn's food? Aw, you're terrible, Iolo. I'm embarrassed to be seen with you. Thou art wasting it! Turn it off! Turn it off! Thou art wasting it! Turn it off! Thou art wasting it! It is about time! I love that. It's so much fun. Alright, before we talk to people in town, I think we should probably go talk to people in the castle. We still do need to pick up our stuff that's around here and, you know, just generally loot the place. It's pretty amazing how you pretty much never need to buy anything in this game. Let's see if Weston is gone. He is indeed gone. You see a tough-looking palace guard who takes his job very seriously. You're not going to say anything about... Nope. You don't have anything to say about me getting that guy released, huh? Such a shame. Such a shame. Alright, there we go. Now we've got some more stuff to pick up here. First of all, let's drop that. We will go ahead and take the kite shield. Bag of reagents. I should probably go ahead and just plop that in there. I've got a couple coins. What's in the barrel? Boots. Some food. I don't think anyone else there needs anything. Alright, food. Go ahead and take the food. Ham. Won't fit. Alright. Get you there. And I think, yeah, you need some boots. Why are you completely naked? Alright, we don't really need the sword or that shield. I think we'll go ahead and take this two-handed sword instead. Got a few coins. Let's go ahead and put them in there. And sentry, let's go ahead and take this bag. Give this food to Iolo. Don't need that. Don't really need that. Don't need that. Do want the bedroll, though. Okay, I think we've taken everything that we want here. Yep. I'm sure they're fine with just the stuff sitting on the roof there. Like that stuff sitting on the roof. Good times. Let's see. Actually, I think we will give you the this ammunition here, 50. And you know what? Let's give you the musket. Why not? Oh wow. I think I'm going to break this a little bit. Let's see. Where am I? There we are. Let me put this here. Blocked. Okay, let's put it there. Take that, and a little bit of cheating. It's okay. It's okay. Sentry's just awesome that way. Alright, well, we've got some armor here for Shamino, so let's go ahead and grab it. And I'll take those gauntlets. Okay. Oh, man. Plate armor is so heavy. Ammunition is heavy, too, actually. Alright, nothing there to pick up. Let's head back downstairs, see if there's any more loot that we can get. And we'll talk to people. Probably not Chuckles. Oh, God, not Chuckles. Yeah, we're going to have to talk to Chuckles at some point. We do have some gauntlets, though. So, there you go. Dang it, too heavy. Give some money to Sentry. Is that going to be enough? There we go. See, is that just a regular dagger? That's just a regular dagger. Hey, buddy. You see your former companion and friend Geoffrey, captain of the guard. Name! Geoffrey chuckles. Art thou joking? I am Geoffrey! Job? These days I remain in my position as captain of the guard. I am Lord British's personal bodyguard, and I am in charge of security at the castle.
And yet you're just in here. You're not, like, actually physically guarding him.
I do not have much time or use for adventuring now.
Well, tell us about adventuring.
I have aged a bit over the last 200 years. I am afraid I shall not be joining thee this time. Of course, I didn't join you last time either, so, what are you going to do? But my thoughts are with thee, and if I may offer some assistance, I shall be glad to do so.
What do you mean, aged?
Yes, it has been a long time by Britannian reckoning, since I have seen mine homeland. When thou hast finished with thy business, do come back and tell me news of what is happening in our homeworld.
Oh, I don't think you want to hear about it. Assistance.
Mine advice to thee is to build up thine experience and skills as soon as possible. Thou hast been away from Britannia for a long time. Thou mightest not be in the same shape thou wert in at the end of thy last adventure here.
And yet I was able to import my character from each of the previous through the previous games. Tell me about experience.
Go and search for monsters. Vanquish them. Take their gold. Gain experience. Use that experience when thou dost visit trainers. Increase thy strength, dexterity, and intelligence, as well as thy combat skill and ability to perform magic. Thou wilt be lost without this necessary evolution of experience.
And shape?
It is apparently another difference in our two worlds. Whenever thou shalt return, it is as if thy physical body has arrived here for the first time. Except for those times when you imported your character. It is the reason why many of thine own companions have chosen to stay here, even though they have aged in Britannian time.
Fair point, I guess. Bye.
Have courage, have faith, be strong, be wise.
Oh, I am all of those things at all times. Hey, gargoyle! A winged gargoyle looks at you with interest and obvious intelligence.
To welcome thee to Britain, Avatar.
Name?
To be called Wislam.
Oh god, I hope I'm not going to have to say that name ever again. And here I am going to have to say it again. Wislam.
To mean interpreter in your language.
What's your job?
To be indeed an interpreter in my homeland. To be now on the Great Council to serve our most noble ruler, Lord British. To be honored as one of the 2 gargoyles on the council.
Oh, tell me more about the gargoyles.
To be one of the surviving gargoyles and to preserve our heritage is my life work. To tell you our race emigrated to Britannia many, many years ago. To have settled on the island known as Turfin.
Well, tell me about Turfin.
To be a lonely place, to be desolate, to be not what humans call homey. To desire to establish a new way of life for gargoyles in Britannia. And to eliminate the hatred and misunderstanding of our race and humans. To know that ignorance breeds bigotry. To be one of those who are correcting this.
Good for you. Tell me about the Great Council.
To create the laws of the land. To inform you that my colleague, Miranda, can tell you more of what we are doing now. To be unfortunate that most of the council is away now.
They're away? Why are they away?
To be on holiday at the moment. To have only Miranda and myself present to enact this new law.
Well, tell me about this law.
To tell you to ask Miranda about it, for she knows more than I.
What about the surviving gargoyles?
To be so many of my people killed 200 years ago in the War of the False Prophet. To be the war that you ended by bringing peace between our races.
Indeed I did. I'm pretty awesome that way. Way of life.
To desire a world where humans and gargoyles could live together in peace as equals in Britannian society. To be called the Fellowship.
Tell me about the Fellowship.
To be dedicated to promoting goodwill and trust in the land. To be thinking of joining the group soon.
Oh, no, don't. No, trust me, you don't want to. Well, tell me about Miranda.
To inform you that Miranda is an intelligent woman who has great concern for the well-being of all Britannia's citizens. To be one of Lord British's most trusted advisors.
Okay.
To say farewell.
What do we have here? Bill of Underwater Scavenging Cricket Plane. There's a lot of copies of this bill around. This is a lovely, earthy woman with a warm smile.
Word has spread quickly of thine arrival, Avatar. Welcome.
Name?
I am Miranda.
Job?
I serve on the Great Council. Today we are working on a bill of law. When I am not here in the castle, I am kept busy with
with a young child. Oh, well, tell me about your child. Miranda smiles. Yes, my son's name is Max. He is probably in the royal nursery. He is quite obviously his father's son. Perhaps thou hast met him? Raimundo, the director of the Royal Theatre. We believe Max will be quite a performer when he's older. Oh, interesting. Tell me about the Great Council. The Great Council supports Lord British in the legislation of Britannia's laws. I am honored to be one of 3 women serving on the council. Tell me about the other women. I am particularly concerned about women's duties and privileges and their available opportunities in the land. Our history has been kind to women in general, but there is still room for improvement. What sort of improvement? More women could hold public office, for one thing. That's very true. And I would personally like to be rid of those scantily clad women in heroic fantasy paintings. I'm not surprised. You know that British has one of those in his room, right? Just saying. Tell me about this bill. In Wislam and I are drafting a bill which would make illegal any distribution of waste products in Loch Lake near Cove. The lake is quite defiled. Oh, really? Tell me more about this. Art thou travelling to Cove? Eventually, yes. That is good news. Perhaps thou couldst do us a favour. We need this bill delivered to Lord Heather in Cove. He must read it and give us his approval by signing it. I know thou hast far more important things to do than running errands, but it would be greatly appreciated. Wilt thou do it? Sure, I can do that. Wonderful. Here is the bill. Please bring it back to me when it is signed, and we will thank thee. All right, goodbye. We shall see thee again soon, I hope, Avatar. Where did the bill go? I hope I didn't just break it. Someone else take it? Ah, someone else took it. Bill of Punitive Action for the Distribution of Waste Products in Loch Lake. 789-349-789.53, Section 835. Whereby the members of the offending party shall be immersed in the lake, heretofore referred to as Loch Lake, up to their necks for not more than 3 consecutive days, and not fewer than... Oh, wow, that's pretty harsh. If that lake is as polluted as they say, let's not go into the nursery just yet. There are kids there. I saw that tree clip into the wall. You see an impressive winged gargoyle with a stately demeanor. Stately winged manner. Name?
To be known as Wislam.
What's your job?
To be advisor to Lord British and act as representative for my race here in Britain. To be honored to be in long line of advisors to the king.
Oh, well, tell me about the advisors.
To make sure the gargoyle race is heard in the castle. To have been a long road to acceptance and integration into Britannian society.
What does your name mean?
To be the word for wise man.
What about integration?
To tell you that not long after your last visit, the gargoyles settled upon Turfin, an island to the southeast. To have moved, little by little, onto the mainland.
Tell me about the society.
To be accepted in most places. To feel sad, however, that there are still towns that do not accept us. But our lord and king Draxanusum is still alive and is doing a magnificent job. To know and help all gargoyles who are alive.
Do you know anything about Anamo? Wislam listens to your story about the murders in Trinsic.
To be sad to hear this. To suggest that you visit Lord Draxanusum in Turfin and tell him about Inamo. He will know who Inamo's parent gargoyle is. To recommend you relay this news as soon as possible. To go soon and tell Draxanusum about Inamo?
Sure.
To know you are reliable.
Indeed I am. Goodbye.
To bid farewell.
Hey. God damn it, get out from behind the tree. I want to talk to you. Oh, incidentally. 5 o'clock. Come back here. There we go. You see your old friend Nystel, now a decrepit old man in mage's robes. He seems lost in thought, far away. Name? The mage looks confused a moment.
My name is Nystel? Yes, that is it.
What's your job?
Well, I used to perform quite a bit of magic, he says apologetically. At least, I think I used to do so. There's a man named Lord British. I think I work for him.
Well, tell me about Lord British.
Lord who? Dost thou mean that old man who sometimes sits on the throne?
Yes? Tell me about magic.
Sometimes the magic works, sometimes it doth not.
He waves his hand and drops his wand. Oops! He cries as he bends to pick it up.
Art thou sure this man is not really the jester?
No, the jester is Chuckles, and we will get our revenge on Chuckles. Oh, yes, we will.
Anyway, as I was saying, what was I saying? Oh, yes. Magic. I can still sell thee some spells or reagents if thou wouldst like.
Well, yeah, I would kind of like some spells.
Dost thou wish to buy some spells?
Yes, I would.
In which circle dost thou wish to study?
Let me see. I have a list of who has the best spells, I think. I think he only has 5 that he sells cheaper than anyone else, so it's not that big a deal. Ba-dum. Let's start with the first circle.
What spell wouldst thou like to buy?
I would like create food. Costs 35 gold. Agreeable. Yes. Alright. Let's see. He does not look like he has anything else worthwhile in first circle. What about second circle? Let's see. What else does he have? Enchant. No, he's not the cheapest. Mass Cure is the only one who sells that, so yes, we will get that. Alright. He's got Protection, but he's not the cheapest. He's got Telekinesis, which he's not the cheapest, so let's go to the third circle. Ba-dum. I already have Heal, so I don't need that. Let's see. Swarm. He is not the cheapest. Sleep. He is not the cheapest. Protect All. He is the cheapest. That is agreeable. And let's see. I don't know that he's got the cheapest for anything here in the fourth circle. Nope. What about the fifth circle? Does not look like it. Sixth circle? No. Yes, Flame Strike. Correct? Yes, sixth. He's the only one who sells that. Do I have enough money for it? Excellent, I do. Alright, I think that's probably about it. He is not the only one who sells anything else, and each of his spells get progressively... The circles get progressively more expensive, whereas for some of the other wizards, they have other weird selling methods, pricing methods. Let's look at the reagents. What does he have the cheapest of? I am not actually seeing the list of that. Ah, there we go. He is not the cheapest for any of those, it looks like. Let's see what he has for sale. Ginseng, Blood Moss, Sulphurous Ash, Black Mandrake Root, and Black Pearl. Well, I'm probably not going to be using a whole lot of magic anytime real soon, so... excuse me. I think we'll pass. Alright. We've got a few reagents anyway, so it's not a big deal.
Are we going somewhere?
No, I am going somewhere. You're not coming with me. Let's see. Powder keg, so tempting. Will be nice for now. And we have not looked in these drawers here. There's not much there. Alright, book. Trend 1, 2, 3, 4... 27. This autobiography, penned by the obtuse mage, reveals Tren's life in all of his incarnations as he continually strove to possess more powerful beings. A complete guide to Britannian minerals, precious and semi-precious stones. By B. Ledbetter. Herein one can find the descriptions of a plethora of rocks and gems. One can find lead in a variety of veins. While a common ore, lead is used with such frequency in items such as horseshoes that it is a valuable metal to procure. Gold is quite rare, though generally without function. Gold has maintained its worth by its very rarity. The refined form is so full of shine that many give it to their lovers as tokens of affection. Of course, this was penned before the Avatar came around 200 years ago and just completely destroyed the economy. It is a well-known rumor that one who loves enough to give gold loves enough to remain true. I don't think that's accurate. Black rock is an odd substance, only recently discovered. There seems to be little interest in it, and even less use for it. A small handful of experimenters have noticed it has a profound effect on magic, though these same researchers refuse to comment on what exactly the material does. Interesting. The Transitive Vampire by Karen Elizabeth Gordon. This richly detailed tome is a handbook of grammar for the innocent, the eager, and the doomed. Fascinating, Captain. Alright, let's get stuck on a pillar, apparently. Let's talk to someone. You see a servant girl who looks at you in wonder.
Thou dost look familiar. Who art thou?
I am the Avatar.
I thought so. I have seen thy portrait before, and I had heard that thou wouldst be visiting. I'm Nell.
Name?
I told thee my name is Nell.
Job?
I am a chambermaid. I am responsible for keeping the castle tidy. Just a servant girl, really.
Castle?
It is very large. Keeps me very busy. Thou wouldst not believe how dusty it gets.
Are you really the only one who dusts this place? Servant.
I suppose I'll always be a servant. My parents are servants. My brother is a servant. My fiancé is a servant. My child will probably be a servant.
Your parents?
They work in the castle as well. Boots is my mother. Benny is my father. They have been here for years.
Boots is your mother?
I was born in this castle and played in the nursery.
Well, tell me about your brother.
Thou mightest run into him. He is also a servant in the castle. Charles. Other than not being as smart as I am, he is all right. For a bumbling ass, that is.
She laughs. Aw, that's not nice. Well, tell me about your fiancé.
That would be Carocchio.
I'm not sure what that would be pronounced.
That dear man who runs the Punch and Judy show. He writes the loveliest love poetry. We are getting married as soon as Carocchio can afford a wedding ring.
Is it supposed to be Carocchio? I don't know. It's Italian. I don't know Italian. And tell me about your child.
Nell looks worried. Shh! I do not want anyone to know. 'Tis not showing yet, is it? Carocchio and I are getting married as soon as possible. He is the father, I think. Then again, it could be... No, probably not him.
Oh, my.
Or could it be? That would be interesting. Wait! What am I saying? The father is most definitely Carocchio.
However the hell you pronounce his name.
Please do not tell anyone. 'Twould be embarrassing, all right?
Sure.
I know I can trust the Avatar.
Yes, you can trust me. Totally trust me. Hey, I was trying to talk to you, buddy. You see a young peasant with a tray of wine glasses. Name? I am Charles. I'm in charge. Job? I am a servant in Lord British's castle. I serve as a gentleman's gentleman, among other things. Right now I am serving wine. What about servants? My family has been employed by Lord British for many years. My father Benny once held the position I now hold. He is the head servant. I shall be head servant one day, I suppose. Then perhaps my sweetheart will love me. Your sweetheart? Charles sighs. He is clearly smitten. She is Jeanette. She works in the Blue Boar. But I am afraid I am not up to her standards. I believe she has her eye on someone else. I do not know what to do about it. Well, tell me about Jeanette. She does not love me, I know. She would rather marry a rich man. I have not a chance. Maybe you should pass on her and look for someone better? I don't know, just saying. Family?
Thou wilt encounter them. My mother cooks in the kitchen. My prudish sister is the chambermaid.
She's prudish, and yet she has a child out of wedlock, and she isn't sure who the father is. Very prudish. Wine?
Wouldst thou like some wine?
Nah, that's okay. Some other time, then. Tell me about Nell.
She's engaged to the carousel manager. It is hard to get used to. I have always been overly protective of my little sister. I would wager she has never even been kissed.
Oh, yes, never been kissed, sure.
Not even by Carozio. That is mainly because I have looked after her all this time. I would smite anyone who laid a hand on her. Besides, Nell has always been chaste and prudish. She would never think to allow a man to kiss her.
Let's not speak about the child. Charles nods his head at you, then goes about his business. We'll do that after we save and ruin her life. This is an elderly woman who epitomizes grandmotherly.
Name? All my brothers and sisters called me Boots when I was a baby, and it hath remained my name ever since.
What is your real name?
Job. Why, I am Lord British's personal cook. I prepare meals for the entire castle.
Oh, what kind of meals?
I just go to the dining room at breakfast or supper time, and mine husband Benny will serve thee.
Breakfast?
For breakfast, I usually prepare a dish that my liege brought with him from his homeland. Here we call it eggs British. It is served with assorted fruits and tea, of course. It is the king's favorite.
Not waffles? The waffle sprite would not be happy.
No waffles.
Supper.
This meal is usually whatever meal or game or fish Lord British requests, accompanied by several additional courses and a fine dessert.
Tell me about your husband.
He's a dear, but he has become a little absent-minded in his later years. He never remembers to bring enough meat from the slaughterhouse and paws. In fact, we are short this week.
Absent-minded?
Last week I asked him to put a little garlic in some soup. He put in the garlic and then forgot about it. So he went to put some more in. Then he forgot he did that, so he put in more. Well, thou canst imagine the look on Lord British's face when he finally did taste that soup.
I'm hoping that you're about to say that British loved it, because if British didn't love overly garlic food, I don't think we can be friends anymore.
It is a good thing we live and work in the castle of such a just ruler.
Why are you short of meat?
That is right, we do not have enough. If thou couldst bring me mutton from the slaughterhouse, I will pay thee 5 gold for every portion thou canst bring. All right?
Sure.
Good, I will be awaiting thy return.
Bye.
Bye now.
You see an elderly man with good humor and a warm smile.
Name?
All my friends call me Benny.
Job?
I am the head servant at the castle. My job consists of keeping the other servants in line and serving the meals.
Oh, tell me more about being the head servant.
Yes, I have been head servant for many years. Mine entire family works for Lord British. My son is the king's gentleman's gentleman. My daughter is the royal chambermaid. My wife is head cook. We are pleased to work for Lord British.
Well, tell me about the meals.
My wife Boots is the head cook. Her specialty is roast beef. She makes wonderful pastries, too.
Pastries.
Enough of those will give thee a very un-Avatar-like figure. Come to the dining room during breakfast or dinner, and I will be most honored to serve thee.
Absent-minded?
Yes, I suppose I am. I am also becoming a little hard of hearing. When thou hast seen as many years as I have, one's faculties are no longer perfect, unless of course you're Lord British, or the Avatar, or Shamino, or Dupre, or Jana, or Sentry, or Geoffrey.
But, you know, Iolo, it makes sense. That is accurate for Iolo. All right.
Bye. Safe journeys, Elmendretta.
I didn't tell you my name. How did you know my name? Hey, I'm talking to you. You see a working-class elderly woman who exudes sweetness. Name?
Oh, everyone simply calls me Nana.
Job?
I watch over the royal nursery. I am the nanny of these wonderful children.
Oh, tell me about the royal nursery.
There have been a great number of babies born in Britannia in recent years, so Lord British established this nursery. It is nice that the noblemen and noblewomen have this luxury so that they may attend to their daily duties. Phew, dost thou smell what I smell, Avatar?
I do believe that is the smell of diapers, boy. When thou art a father one day, thou wilt come to know that smell quite well.
Are you saying that you're a father, Iolo? Tell me about being a nanny.
Well, I feed them and change their diapers and read aloud all the books thou dost see lying around. Luckily, I have Sherry to help me.
Sherry? Sherry's still around?
Tell me about Sherry. Sherry's a special mouse who has lived here in the castle for many, many years. She recites stories for the children.
Tell me about the books.
Lord British brought them from his homeland. They are very foreign to us here in Britannia, but the children enjoy them just the same.
Luxury?
Yes, I suppose it really is a luxury. The poorer people in Britannia certainly do not have such a service for caring for their children. The rich do have an advantage.
You detect a hint of bitterness in her voice.
Advantage? I do not mean to complain by any means. I adore my work. But contrary to the thinking of many of the noble men and women, a class structure exists in Britannia more than ever before. Taxes are unbearable. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer, as the saying goes.
Tell me about the taxes.
The Britannian Tax Council drains us all dry, especially the lower and middle classes.
And class structure. Sounds like you guys need a progressive tax structure, you know?
Well, look around. There are rich men who live in opulent castles, and right outside are poor people who live in hovels. Thou dost know how there are winged gargoyles and wingless gargoyles?
Yeah.
Well, it seems the human race is getting to be just as divided. There is no unity in the land anymore.
Uh-oh.
It is why I've joined the Fellowship. Oh, God.
Not asking you about philosophy. I'll ask about the Fellowship.
The Fellowship is a society of spiritual seekers who strive to...
Is this the... I think this is the same.
Yeah. Children. They are lovely, are they not? Every day they seem to learn more and more. Most of the time they are a joy.
Nana whispers to you conspiratorially.
And other times I could happily throw them out with the bathwater.
Plotting murder!
The children must be outside playing with Sherry now.
Alright, we've already talked about Sherry, so we'll say goodbye. We got a book. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang by Ian Fleming. This wonderful children's story of a car that could fly has been pleasing youths and adults for many generations. The Wizard of Oz by Frank L. Baum. A tale of a little girl, Dorothy, who, with her dog Toto, travels through whirlwinds and magic to a fanciful land called Oz. Dorothy's search for ideals in this land win her 3 new friends. The first, a brainless scarecrow, Iolo, whose ultimate wisdom teaches her the principle of truth. The second, a heartless tin man, Shamino, whose undying devotion shows her the principle of love. Finally, Dorothy encounters a cowardly lion, Dupre, who, facing all perils to save her, demonstrates the principle of courage. Seriously, that's the origin of, that's the origin of the principles. Fantastic. Diaper. Gee, that is neat. I like that you can rock the things. It's great. What book do we have here? A Guide to Childcare for the Rich and Famous by Lady M. With love for Samantha Meng Ling. Within is the extensive guide for nannies describing contemporary techniques and the latest in troubleshooting with children of all ages. A special chapter details the art of diaper changing and adds a touch of humor by describing, for the more soldierly sorts who may be reading, the effects of hurling soiled diapers at one's enemies. Fascinating, Captain. Hubert's Hair-Raising Adventure by Bill Peet. Hubert the Lion was haughty and vain, and especially proud of his elegant mane. But conceit of this sort isn't proper at all, and Hubert the Lion was due for a fall. One day, as he sharpened his claws on a rock, he received a most horrible, terrible shock. A flaming hot spark flew up into the air, came down on his head, and ignited his hair. With a roar of surprise, he took off like a streak, away through the jungle of Zamboozy Creek. To Zamboozy Creek. He leapt in kersplash with a shower of bubbles, and came bobbing up with a head full of stubbles. At first he just stared with a wide-open mouth at the cloud of black smoke drifting off to the south. Then he felt with his paws just
in back of his ears, and he suddenly realized the worst of his fears. "I'm ruined," he shouted. "Oh, what'll I do? I'd rather be dead or go live in a zoo. And if anyone sees me, oh, what a disgrace. So I'd better discover a good hiding place." Oh, poor Hubert. Oh, wait, did I look at that book? Yes, I did. Okay. Alright, well, there's still a couple more people to talk to. Looking at you, Chuckles. I think that's about it, though, in the castle. And then, well, actually, there's Sherry and the kids. Need to look for. But, we'll do that in the next episode. See you then, everyone.